Alright. I just realized I should probably put on some background music. Let me do that real fast. Play shuffle.
My ear maxes cost what's on your taxes. Smoke so much weed, me breathing is miraculous. Dog, it ain't calculus, fucking common sense. 16 is crime scene, murder with no evidence is heaven sent. Watch from it when you bop into it. I cock and pop it.
Open, motherfucker. There we go.
Still going like Rocky movies. More gators on my feet. Got this bitch saying.
We're gonna turn it down that much. Okay, yeah, so I can mute it for myself if I want. I won't for now, though. Alright, so first things first, I usually actually go with the third-person template. And you might think that's weird. Although, know what, let's do blank. And now to wait for this, and while we wait... Wrong library. So, I have a lot of, like, pretty much, I'm a hoarder of plugins. Or just anything. 3D models, plugins, whatever it is, if it's free, I get it. You know, I grab it immediately if that shit free. So right here, this is the, thing. Which, to be fair, I keep on looking at Unreal Engine only, but I could look at Unity as well. So, ooh, let's see which limited time free. Add. Add. I'll probably never use that, but just in case. Never mind, actually. I was thinking about it, but nah. Just in case, I'm gonna do that. In case it has any information. Place the order. Yay, I have a bunch of shit for free now. Processing, please wait. Could you take any fucking longer, bitch? Okay, cool. Alright, back to this. So we're just gonna do 3D, and we're gonna do anything that's free. And let's see. Ooh, this one looks nice. And yeah, it's Unreal Engine, so I'm getting that. Ooh, the professional version's also free. Then why have two separate I don't understand. Let's see what else is there. Oh, we also want to probably sort by newest instead. I could always change the texture to get rid of the text, so that should be fine. This looks interesting. I don't know if I'd ever actually use it, but it's interesting. That's the thing, I don't really use any of the shit that I grab. But I grab it because it's free. I don't know. That could actually be funny for a horror game. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't know where I would use that, but it's interesting. Sure, I'll grab Neptune. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That one doesn't really seem like it's something that I would ever use. But just in case I want it. I'm a hoarder. To be fair, I don't download most of these because I don't actually end up using them. I just grab them because it's a free asset, so why the fuck not? Let's see. Well, this is fun. That's a fun little hat. This is like some, Norse thing. That's like what it looks like. It looks like something that would be in, one of the newer God of War games. Would be really good for a horror game. I'm obviously a little bit selective because I don't like wasting my time. But I also will grab things if I ever think I would use it, I grab it. And most of them I don't ever use. This one I probably will use today. Let's see. Simple TV. Okay. Single car garage. That's actually interesting. Let's see, anything else? That's just creepy. It looks like shit because there's no lighting, but it might actually be good. Anything will look really bad if it has flat lighting, like this, or like overhead lighting. The shadows just look really bad on it. Parking concrete driveway. I'll add it. Let's see what else we got. A wooden box. Isn't this the hat that Michael Jackson wore in Smooth Criminal? It actually kind of does look like it, though. Okay. Definitely grabbing these. I'll grab that as well. That looks interesting. Grab it. Shuriken. Grabbing this. Okay, I think we're about done looking at shit right now. I'll grab this, though. Okay, I think that's good now. Oh, that's a nice looking keyboard. I would want that in real life. Okay. So, since I started with a blank project, it always starts you with like this. And we don't have anything, as you can see. So, yeah. So we're gonna start by creating a new folder for the player. Gameplay. And I think for now, yeah, I think for now that'll be good. Oh, and one other thing I need to do real fast is this blueprints. Nope, not that, not that. Let's see. See, I have an in-game achievement and statistics thing. I don't remember what this one is, so let me look at it real fast while I wait for that to load. Gonna definitely add that. UI navigation. You know what? I'll actually turn that one off. Interaction system. I think I'll keep that one off as well. And we are no, we are not. We are not missing it. It should be if we do this, and then... Yeah, I'm probably not going to add the AGR thing. However, what I do need to do is just do this. So yeah, everything's already turned off, but let's also make sure that all online subsystem things are turned off. Yeah, disable, yes. 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 Okay, that is all of the online subsystems turned off. So now we have to restart. And we have to look for the Steam plugin inside of our stuff. So we're going to start by opening this up because I need to open up Unreal Projects, open this one up, and then we want to go into plugins, which we don't have at the moment, so all we're going to do is add it. And just in case it matters, I'm going to do that. And then now we need to find where I have Unreal Engine 5 placed. So okay, I cannot find it. We're gonna have to do it this way then. Dude, I don't know why this shit's so laggy, though. So, let's see. Okay, I was trying to see if I could find its location that way. I cannot. Okay, we're gonna have to do it the hard way then. So I'm going to... I shouldn't have any files that I'm worried about people seeing, so it's fine. Go into here, and then we want to do program files. It should be in here at least. If it's not, that's gonna suck. Get here, and then I don't know why 5.3 is still in here. And it would be engine, I believe. Yeah, engine, plugins, and then inside of here, we want to find, I think, Marketplace, and then from here, we grab Steam Core Pro, and yeah, we move it. Do not copy, we move it. Move it into there. It's been moved. We're all good now. And we should be able to reopen this project now and enable Steam Core Pro. Hopefully. It's 5.4, intermediate, build, Mac, Windows, source, third party. So I'm going to double check to make sure we're not missing any files, since I recently reinstalled it and whatnot. So to make sure of that, we're going to check this one right here. And we are indeed missing files. So we're gonna do this. Or actually, no, we're not. Now that I think about it, we want to undo that. Because I think... Great. Okay. So, this is what we're gonna do. Wrong thing. We're gonna open up Epic again. Unreal Engine. We're gonna go into here. And we're gonna look for Steam Core Pro, installed engine. Installed. That's false. And since I have it open, I can't actually edit anything right now, so we have to close out of this. And now for installed plugins, give it a second. There we go. Steam Core Pro, we're going to remove it now. And I'm going to reinstall it. So the thing is, I wonder if it's glitched because of the fact that I moved it and whatnot. So if we check inside of... Technically, it's already been uninstalled. So UE5 could be having issues. Let me also check this. I don't know why this one still exists. Okay, yeah, there's no marketplace in here. Lag. Okay, so Epic Games, UE 5.4, Engine, Plugins, scrolling down to Marketplace, and if we check in here, Steam Core Pro is right here with all its binaries and whatnot again. Going down hard. And, okay, yeah, nope, it's still right there. Did a new update just happen? Because I'm pretty sure I updated last time I checked. Jesus, man. I swear to God, the Epic Games launcher is actually so dog shit, though. Yeah, it's frozen again. We're gonna have to end task, I think. There's task manager. I was wondering where it was. Try again. That didn't work. Yep. Yeah, it's lagging again. Dude, I hate Epic Games so much. The only reason I use it is because it's, for me at least, it's better than Unity. But the actual launcher itself is so fucking dog shit that it makes me not want to use it. Okay, let's try this again. Bow, 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 bow. Open this up, open this up, open this up, open this up, open this up. Wait 5 hours for it to open. There we go. Then, oh, yep, down here, Marketplace, and Steam Core Pro should be in here. And everything seems to be in existence, so that's good. So what happens if I delete it? That's my question. Should I delete it? It's very tempting. Yeah, unsurprisingly. Dude, Epic Games, like, takes so many resources for its launcher. There's no reason it should be like that. Okay, we're gonna try deleting it. There, I've uninstalled it myself this time. Will you let me install it this time, you piece of shit? Swear to Jesus. There we go. Okay, now if we check in here, it should not be in here. How is that possible? Quite literally should be impossible. Okay. And if I try to install it... You fucking piece of shit, dude. I swear to God with this. Why does it use up this much? You know, like, there's no reason. Okay, we're gonna update then. Clicked on the wrong thing. Go into here, go into here, go down here, into here, into here, into here, into here, into here. Okay, yeah, it's not in here yet. And it's only initializing. Yeah, okay. So the thing is, I really, like, I've learned my mistakes, and that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm fixing my mistakes. If you ever make a game, and you make it multiplayer and whatnot, or you want to add multiplayer, make it multiplayer first, you know? Don't wait. Do not wait to do multiplayer. That is what I have learned. I've made my mistakes. I've paid for them to fuck off. Can't install. But if I tried to uninstall it, it won't work. And if we come back into here, we're gonna see that it's not in here yet for some reason. You know what? I know what it is. It's this. Okay. That might fix the issue. Okay, there we go. That time, that decided to work. Let's see if it actually stays functional. There we go. Now it's finally restarted. Jesus. Fucking pile of shit, man. Plugin is available to install for UE5 and higher. Sure, dude. And if we check in here, Steam Core is actually somehow still in here. Why? Oh, that's new. And we're lagging again. Lovely. Lovely. And this time it's not the CPU causing the lag. Nothing is. Is Steam downloading something? Oh, my computer might just be lagging currently. Yeah, seems like it's my computer. Just the entire computer is fucking shitting itself currently. Great. Here. Oh, my GPU, I think, is the issue. I realized that because of OBS. When I turned off my monitor, it didn't update, so I think my GPU was having issues for some reason. Came at the booth. Okay. Yeah, it's installing. Very slowly. Yeah, I know. I don't know why Epic Games hates me. It hates my computer. Okay. I have an option that I think I'll go with. That finally happened. Mark is seen. Can I? Wow, there's no X button. This is just up here forever. That's crazy. Somebody should get fired for that. Let me exit, bro. What the hell? Okay. Alright, so instead of focusing on multiplayer right now, I can get some basic stuff done without having to worry about multiplayer. And I can still add in the multiplayer stuff, because the great thing about multiplayer and whatnot is, technically speaking, if you play single player, there shouldn't ever be any issues. If you code it correctly, that is. So that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to code it correctly. So we're going to start with blueprint class, and character. That's right. And we want to just name this whatever. I usually do PC, BP. Every blueprint I add BP to the end of. Okay, so here is our player. So, yeah, we want to add a camera to it. And so for now, I'm just not going to add a player model because I don't feel like it. But yeah, if I had a player model, I would attach this to like the neck or the head. Stop, do that. There we go. And let me think if there's anything I want to do. Or you know what? I could attach it to like the mesh. That would probably be the better option. Yeah. If we attach it to the mesh, then if I add right here, I can add a skeletal mesh asset. So if I added a player model, I would just put it into here. And then I would change this to be socket component. I would search for the neck or head socket, and I would attach it like that. So yeah, that'll work. So next, let's add in some stuff. I usually just delete all that at the beginning. So we want to do an event begin play, on event begin play, we want to say, ooh, almost forgot. We need to also add in our player controller. I made a mistake. I just remembered how I actually usually do this. This one should be player BP. And then this one I usually name as PC BP, because player controller. So yeah, now we have our player controller right here. And, yeah, we need to add in... Oh, I didn't know that existed. I think I've seen that before, but I never, like, thought about it. Okay. So... Camera manager. Let's just go with the default one. Not that it really matters. And now, I'm trying to remember everything I need to do. It's been so long since I've coded an Unreal Engine blueprint that I forgot how to do things. But yeah, I learned to prefer making things myself. It honestly just works better. Can't stop thinking about you now. We don't need to do any of that. I'm pretty sure this should have... Okay. So I think in here, we can do movement. Like, there's something that I need to do with initializing movement, but I can't remember what it was now. Alright, at times like these, what I should do is just open up my previous projects and look at them again. I'm not that cool. If you will no longer be able to open, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. Where's my water? There it is. You know what? I think maybe because I started with a... Because usually what I used to do is I actually used to start... So I'm starting with a completely blank project right now. And I used to actually start with non-blank projects. No, don't load those because it might crash. Okay, so I should be able to open up... Where is it? There we go. We want to do FPS player controller. Don't crash? Okay, it didn't crash. So yeah, on event begin play, we just do that stuff. Okay. So that's what we do on the player controller. And then on the actual player... Oh, I need to... That's what it is. I need to initialize the input. That's what it was. We're lagging. There we go. Input. Let's see. Where is it? It's like input manager, I think. Nope. Alright, back into here. What was it? What do I need to do? Add mapping context. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I just need to do PC ref is our player controller, where we add enhanced input local players subsystem. Okay. So actually we want to get a reference to our player controller. Get player controller. And then from here we want to do input. There it is. So yeah, we get this, and then from here is how we do the add mapping context. Which, like, just so you can avoid errors, it's good to have an is valid thing. Okay. Is valid. Boom. If it is valid, then we want to add mapping context. And then we need to create our mapping context. So we're going to go into player, we're going to do new folder, we're going to do input, action, stuff. Let's just do input action for now. And we want to now create a blueprint. Oh, input, there it is. We want to make our input mapping context. And I'll just call it, like, input manager. And then we want to also add here input action. And so we're going to do movement IA. And we're going to do another one, which I guess I can just duplicate and call this one our camera or look IA. IA, not AI. Okay. File, save all. There we go. Yeah, I know that. I don't care. Alright, so now we want to do this, and we want to add another one for our movement, and we want to start adding this. So instead, we're gonna stop that. We're going to do mouse, and we want it to be XY 2D, and then for this one, we're gonna have W, A, S, and D. So we want to look for W, add another one, W, A, add S, and then add D. And I will fix all that up in a second, but for now... So right now, if we use just this, you'll actually notice some issues. But that's fine, because who cares? Okay, so now we do this. There we go. Pretty much movement is ready to go. So now all we have to do is movement IA. And now whenever we trigger anything, we will then say, okay, we've triggered it. And we want to actually set these. How do I want to do this? I think I want to set it to be back into here. Instead of a digital bool, we want to do vector 2D. And same with this one, we want to do vector 2D. There we go, that's updated this one. And now we want to split it. I think. Let me think. So we want to add movement, say move forward and whatnot. So if we get character movement, I think. Yeah, we want to do Oh yeah, I don't think we actually need this. I think we can just do add movement. There we go. Add movement input. There we go. So yeah, we just do add movement input. And then world direction, get roll rotation. And get forward vector. And this will be our world direction. And then now we want to split this. So one way we can split it is just doing this. And yeah. So we have our X and we have our Y. So if we go back into here for these. Apple eyes. Wrong thing. We want to add modifiers. And we want to say swizzle. So this is how we can set it to only affect certain accesses. Or no, we swap. That's what that one does. I know that we want to do swizzle and negate. I don't remember in which way. So yeah, let me look that up again. Literally, I don't remember anything, so I just look things up when I forget. And we can make sure that I have this one correct. Yes. And yeah, so we swizzle W to... Nope, not that. Swizzle. And we want to set it to... Fuck you. Why did you close out of that fast? Okay, yeah, so we just keep it as that. And then for A... we negate. So we want to add negate. And then for S, I believe we add a swizzle and we do the opposite of what we did on this one. So I think we'd want to do this. Or no, we just do the swizzle and then we add a negate, because that's the easier way of doing it. So then that should work. And finally, D. I don't think we do anything with. Because we just set it to the opposite of A, and all we did to A was add the negate. So that should theoretically work. And now we're going to have our X and Y and whatnot. Women are all to blame. And so from here, we also want to do get right vector. But actually, we want to split these now that I think about it. So yeah, split. And then get... Or, yeah, I guess we have to do get right vector. And then we take this and we split it and we only put in the X and Z. And then we plug that in. And this is for our X. And then next up is Y, which would be our forward vector. Where we only do Z. So get forward vector. Split. And we do Z. And then we're going to plug this into another one of these add movement. things. Do that, and this is our Y. And now, let's move this down so we have some room to make it not look terrible. And by not look terrible, that just means I turn it into a tower, which arguably looks even worse, but I do not care. There we go. And I guess actually one thing I could do is that would make it look slightly better. And yeah, so that should be good for movement. So if I do, I believe it's Control C. Nope. Oh, is it Alt C? Control Alt C. Nope. Okay. Oh wait, I think it's just C. It is just C. So then we can comment this and call this movement. Yeah, good enough. Okay. And next up is going to be adding the look IA. But before we do that, let's make sure that the movement works. As you can see, we can move. It works good. Okay, we want to do another split structure. I think. Was it splitting the structure? Yeah, we want to split it. I think. Because we want to do add controller. Yeah. And I believe we want to do add controller pitch. Add controller pitch. And then we split it. And I believe it's X goes here, Y goes here, if I remember correctly. And I think we actually want to we want to negate the Y, because if we go in right now, never mind. I was wrong. And at the moment, we don't have gravity. I didn't realize that. So we want to add some gravity. Oh wait. That's why. We want to go over to this, our player start, go into details, and we need to change. I think we need to go into world settings actually, and game mode. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna create a new game mode. So in here, game mode base, and we're gonna call this base GM. This is going to be our basis for every other game mode. And yeah, we don't need to do anything in there. So all we really need to do is actually open this up and change these. So player controller, instead we're going to change it that. Our default pawn is actually going to be player BP. And that should be good. Oh wait. And now we need to go into here and change game mode to be this one. Save. Sure. Okay, yeah, my movement is fucked. So right now I'm pressing W, now I'm pressing S, A, D. So I fucked something up. And I also can't look up. So why can I not look up?
Alright, you got that? Yeah, I think so. Alright, we putting that on Spotify? Yeah. Tomorrow. Nigga, I got depression. Come out of the booth, bro. You're done, bro. Huh? You're done rapping, bro.
What did I do wrong?
Rapping. Why? This
episode is not supposed to go like this.
Verse 2.
You just did 6 verses, bro.
Verse 2, bro.
Bro, you just rap for 8 minutes.
Hey, Elon Musk, hit me up on SoundCloud. Everybody want to know, and now they're fucking hating now. I pull up with the stick, and now I get the spraying now. I used to be gay, and now I'm fucking straightened now. Yeah, they had to iron me out. I got the dick out the booty because it tired me out.
Bro, it's over. Bro, it's over.
They had to iron me out. Got the dick out the booty because it tired me out. Kenny,
What?
you record that?
No. Oh my god.
Fuck this shit, nigga. I'm finna go work with murder.
Oh, wait, you know what? I just thought of the something.
Oh, well, I'm failing. All my endeavors slip
I wonder.
my fingers flailing.
Is the camera not actually... Oh, you know what the issue is? I just remembered this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I totally forgot about this. I think it's in here, actually. There we go. Use pawn control rotation. There it is. And where is that in here? So, yeah, I think now it should function a little bit more than it was previously. And yeah, I was correct. I need to negate the Y-axis on the mouse. But hey, it's working a little bit better than it was. So we want to go into here, and we want to go into here. Okay, so the way that I actually have to negate the Y, I think, is I need to take the Y value, and I need to invert it, so I think divide, or multiply by -1. And plug that into here now. And that should actually work now. Okay, yep. So now it all works. W key does not work still, though. So if we go back into here... Oh, you know what? I'm actually stupid. The reason that that's not working is because I reversed these. Yeah, this one needs to go into... here, and this one needs to go into here. Okay, now it should actually work. Yep, we can now move in all directions correctly. It all works. There we go. That was the issue. Okay, so now we can just move these around like that. Because I don't think I can negate just the Y in here. I might be misremembering. What? Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. I was all like, what the hell is playing right now? Okay, so now we can do this and call this look. I just have mild OCD about that. Okay, yeah, everything feels like it's working. Next up, let's add jumping. And this one will be a bool. Letting replay. Ba-ba-ba-bow. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dun. Nintendo games. Jump IA. So if it's being pressed, we jump. If it's not being pressed, we stop jumping. I think I have to turn on can jump. Never mind, it's already turned on. Then why didn't you jump, bitch? What do you have against me? Oh, you know what? There. Because, like, yeah, that should all function. Oh, wait, I forgot to set the key. I'm stupid. That's why it's not working. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Never mind. Problem not solved. What is the issue? Why do you hate me? What did I ever do to you? Okay, it should just work. Because, yeah, we have spacebar set. Theoretically, it should just work. Digital bool, trigger when paused, reserve all mapping, blah, blah, blah. There's your issue. There we go. Okay. Jumping works now. Okay. Next up, let's add sprinting. I push. You pull. I push. Sprint. IA. Okay, so for this, I can add a trigger thing so it's like, okay, let's do that. There we go. Okay, and now we want to say sprint IA, and we want to say when triggered, we want to change, so we want to get the, or I guess I can just drag this out like this, movement component, set max walk speed. When triggered, and then when it completes, it'll set it back to normal. So I actually like my walking speed to be a little bit faster than what it is right now, so I actually usually set it to 600. Oh, wait. So, like, I do 150 for crouch, and really moving at 600 right now, it feels a little slow. Actually, you know what? I think I used to set it to 300. So 300 will be... So 600 is our sprinting speed. 300 is our walking speed. Oh, whoops. We want to change that. That should only be 300. Or 3 meters. There we go. So now if we move... Oh, I forgot to set the... And here we need to do this. Add sprinting. And shift key. Save. Oh, that's why. We want it to be no triggers are bound down, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Hold. I think we just remove that, and that should be good. So yeah, this only fires once. Okay, yeah. So we do started, and then that should work. And to make sure it's only firing once, let's do a print statement. Got a print string hello. And yeah, it only gets fired once, and then when I let go, it stops. There we go. Okay, that's good now. Okay. So that is sprinting done as well. So that's movement pretty much done entirely. There's really nothing else I need to do movement-wise. Let's try adding guns. And I'm actually going to create a new thing, levels. Boom. There we go. And new folder. And we're going to call this weapons. So we're going to have our meshes. And I think for now, I'll just have a meshes folder. Okay, so we want to add actor. And we're going to rename this as our gun base BP. Okay. And for now, for a mesh, let me go into documents. Yep. Nope. Game assets. There we go. And open this one up. Open this one up. And open this one up. And then... yeah, this one. It crashed. Yeah, that was probably my mistake. It always fucking crashes when I don't want it to. Maybe I should go with a pistol, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the pistol. Which, wait a minute. Source, FVX, and then the texture. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna load this one again, but this time we're not gonna select skeletal mesh, and hopefully it doesn't crash this time. And yeah, reopen these, I guess. Never mind. We had an error message, but that doesn't matter. Close out of that. There we go. Okay. So first things first that we want to add to this is we want to add a either static or skeletal. I think I want to go with skeletal, even though sadly this does not have a skeletal mesh. It's only static, sadly. So now for these, we want to change their textures to these ones. Okay, so we want to delete that, and so we have, this is our normal. I believe this is probably our metallic. Somebody just messaged me on Discord, apparently. Well, whatever. Yeah, this is our metallic, this one is our base, and then this one is our roughness. So there we go. It's a little shiny, but that's fine. And now we want to open up this one. Open this up and do the rest of these. Okay. So this is our base. This is our metallic. This is our normal, and then this is our, whoopsies. Close that. And then this one is our roughness. There we go. Right. Going back into here. You should now see that the gun looks semi-normal. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So yeah, now we're going to add in a... I would prefer to do a skeletal mesh, but we're going to have to go with static. Just for right now. We're going to call that our gun mesh. And if we add this to our player, I'll be able to know if it's rotated correctly. I do not believe it is, though. It's going into viewport. We're going to add our gun. Actually, I think I can just drag it like this. And add it to capsule. And yeah, I thought so. So we want to rotate it 90? 90. I couldn't tell if it was negative 90 or positive 90. Okay. Roughly where it should be would be like about here or something. Hip fire wise. So I think that might be good. We can check, see how it looks. I don't see the gun, so we're gonna pop out of the play view, and there's your issue. I think. Yep. Okay. Problem should be solved now. Ah, that was the issue. It always opens up a new map for some stupid-ass reason. Yeah, save all that. Cancel. Okay, we're gonna save everything except for this. And spit in my mouth. Okay, now, there we go. So, probably forward a bit more. Maybe up higher as well. See how that one looks? That looks a little bit better. So that's probably just because we need to move our camera back a little bit. But you know what? We won't. I don't feel like it. I think we should have it lower, though. Let's see, how does that look? Yeah, I think lower, and now bring it forward. Move this one, suck my balls, over here. That looks better. Your voice running through my mind. Okay. So now, let's try adding some shooting. So now there's, like, there's multiple ways, but there's, like, two main ways that you can do shooting a gun in a video game. You can do, I believe Tarkov does this, so you can use real projectiles. So the gun, like, bullet objects actually come out of the gun. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be that. What am I thinking? One second. The other way is to do ray tracing, and you could have the ray trace come out of the barrel of the gun as well, but most of the time if a game does ray tracing, or what's called, I forgot what the term used to be. Hit scan. That's what it is. So if you do hit scan, usually the way that it's developed is the ray is actually sent, or the hit scan is sent from the middle of the player's screen, because it's just easier to code. In which case, this gun base would be completely useless, besides the fact that we have the gun mesh, which we can then easily set by having, like, an event or something. So if the player switches weapons, it would be really easy. Just have an event called switch weapons inside of here that would change the mesh to be a different weapon. And computationally, it's honestly better to not have physical bullets. It uses less memory. Because, like, if you have actual bullet objects be sent from the gun, that can be intensive on the GPU. And usually in cases where it's not hit scan and is a physical bullet object. Oh, this one's sprint. Whoopsies. I need to rename the other one to be jump then. Whoopsies. Jump. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. In most games that use non-hit scan for their bullets, they actually also add in extra shit like ricochet and whatnot, which then is computationally expensive. It's really not that computationally expensive, but it can be, is the thing. So yeah. So I'm not really sure how I want to go about it. I think for now, I'm going to do just a ray trace. So we want to do trace by channel. Line trace by channel. And we're going to add in a new input action called shoot_IA. Save, and yeah, it'll be a digital bool. And then input manager, add it into here, and we do this, and we do this. And then we add it, boom, there we go. Okay, so now we want to do shoot IA. Okay, so when it's triggered, do that. Although this would be automatic if we do that. So we want to say, let's have it be a do once right now. And it'll reset when we let go. So when we let go of the left mouse button, it'll reset the do once so we can shoot again. And so the start will be camera, get transform. We're gonna get the relative transform of the camera.
Oh man, that was your boy D-Bangs. Now you know you gotta stop sleeping now. I done put y'all on. That wasn't even all the heat that young man had. But I basically already put y'all on. He's already the best rapper, XXL, 2K18. Yeah, basically best rapper alive, D-Bangs.
Start calling my bluff if you wanna make a mess. Don't call you enough, not as much as I intend. I don't say it enough, but I'll thank you in the end. Might delay a few events on the day, it just depends. I got way too many friends.
I got way too many friends.
Tell them that I miss them now, playing some pretend. I can't tell you what it's really about. 8 times out of 10, I got way too many
I need to activate my third monitor at some point. I actually found one of my cables recently. Okay, so yeah, we grab the camera and okay, we don't actually need this. We just need the world location, which gets input to the start. And then we want to do get forward vector. And then we want to say for the gun range, I think we add. I can't remember if we multiply or add. I think we do an add. Although we want to say add, and we want it to be okay, no, I'm wrong. We want to multiply. And then we can do this, promote to variable, and we actually want to change this to a float. And it should still work. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna just call this... Well, actually, instead of doing it this way, we're gonna add it to the gun base. Gun range. And so now we can actually delete that one. And we want to set this to a float. And for now, we're going to have our gun range at like 1,000. And so now, we want to get a reference to this. Get child actor, I believe. Yeah, I think we want to get child actor, get gun, or, you know what? I think we want to do cast to gun, nope. So maybe it is child actor then. Get child actor. And then from here we want to cast to gun base BP. And so I'm going to move this up here to our event beacon play. Fuck off. God damn you. There. Okay. And now we're going to create a new gun ref, actually is what we'll call it. Gun ref. And we're going to make this a gun base BP object reference. File, save, and we're going to set it here, like so. And I think that should work. So now we can get this, and we just say, get range, get gun range, and we plug that into here, and we plug that into here. And we can draw it for duration. And draw time, we're going to say 10 seconds. Okay. So now it should be drawn. And yeah, as you can see when we shoot, it is not shooting correctly. Let's see, where is that coming from? Oh, never mind, it is shooting correctly. Yeah, if I added like a reticle, so let's, do I feel like doing that right now? I don't think I do. Let's add a wall. Yeah, it is actually a little bit off. Yeah, how is it all the way over there? That's wrong. So it's getting the forward vector wrong then. It should be from the camera. Because we do get world location. From our camera. That might be the issues that I'm doing it from camera though. Let's change it to this. Oh, that's the issue. We need to then add both of these together. And now that's going to work. I always forget about that part. There we go. Now it is shooting directly where I'm pointing for the middle of my screen. If I had a reticle, that would make it clearer. So let's just do that real fast. Yeah. So what we're going to do is user interface. We're going to create a new widget blueprint, which we're going to call our HUD WBP. Opening it up. Click save real fast, and we're going to now add a canvas panel. And we're going to make sure that it's set to 1920 by 1080. File, save. And then usually what I do is I actually add an overlay. Or in fact, this is fine, but like here we go, we want to turn the offset off. And so the reason I do this is because now if I add, like, let's do an image. So there's just gonna be a straight color. We're gonna make it like 0.8 instead for the visibility, and we're gonna make it black. But yeah, now I get to do that. There we go. Now it's perfectly centered. Oh wait, and now I need to add it. So the way that we do that is we do let's see, widget. Add to viewport. That's what it is. Add to viewport, which I believe we need to do this. Add to... Okay, I guess we just need to add our widget. So I think, yeah, I cannot do that. How do I add the widget again? I completely forgot. Just every now and then I completely forget how to do things, man, because I take really long breaks in between. That's right, we have to do the construct a widget. Create widget. So we create our HUD. And then after creating it, we add to viewport. Which obviously, since this is a HUD, something that I would want to do is actually HUD ref. Call this. So we want to do this. HUD that. Then we set it. And so this is our reference to the HUD, which allows us to actually, like, if we had like a health bar on here, we'd be able to then send information from the player controller or from the player BP to our widget to say, let's say we take damage, we take 10 damage, so we want to then tell the HUD, hey, change the health bar, you know, reduce it by 10% or whatever. So yeah. There we go. See, it's directly in the middle of the screen. And if I hold it down, we are not continuing to shoot. But one thing I could do is inside of here, get rid of the do once, and instead whenever it's triggered, we're just going to add a delay. And for now, we'll do like, yeah, 0.2 seconds. If we don't have a delay, then it would probably crash. But now, we should see that, yup, it be shooting. I'm holding down left click. And it do be shooting. And if we do that, we can actually see that the range is really short right now, so we probably want to increase that. So let's make it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1,000, so like, let's try 10,000 then. Or you know what, the one that I always used was 5,000. 5,000 works pretty well. So now if I shoot off into the distance, we can see... That's not as far as I thought it was. Like, that's still surprisingly short. So yeah, I think 10,000 is better. 10, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's try 10,000. Boom. I think that's better. To be fair, I don't plan on having my maps be super big. But yeah. And then one thing I could do is when we hit something, I could say check to see if it's a player. If it is a player, I then want to, let's say I want it to be that damage reduces based on distance. So if we take this and we break hit result, we can actually see the distance. So I could say, like, divide damage by distance or something. So, like, boom, break that. And let's say this does 100 damage if it... Actually, this should work, theoretically. So if the distance is 1... then we would, 100 divided by 1. But then if the distance is higher than that, let's say the thing was 50 away from us, then it would be 2 damage, which is very low. So I probably wouldn't want to do this, Like, let's say at 10,000, we want it to be 1, or probably not. Let's say it does, like, half damage at max range. So 10,000's our max range. And if we want it to be half damage, then we would do 50. No. How should I do this, actually? Oh, you know what? Easy. I know how to do this now. We take our gun range. So I'm just gonna do this. Get the gun range. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing, that's why. Okay. Get the range. So we get our gun range. And then we say... take the distance divided by... Or I think we want to divide gun range by distance. So if it's like 500, so it'd be, 10,000 divided by 500 is 20. And then obviously 10,000 divided by like 10,000 is 1. So yeah, no, we want to reverse it. So yeah, we want distance on top, gun range on bottom. So if it's 500, or for a real test, we're going to do that. 10,000, so that would be 0.5. So then we could multiply damage by that. That's divided. But wait, no, we would want to invert it because it should be the smaller the number, the more damage it does. Because if it's 1 divided by 1,000 or 10,000. Screw off. 1 divided by 10,000. That's what we end up getting. So that's a very small number. And if we times that by 100 to get the percentage, yeah, that's 0.01%. So I think actually reversing it would be the better option if we did 10,000 divided by 1. I'm gonna try something here, actually. I'm trying to think of how I would want to reduce damage based on distance. I could do... I think I'm going to keep it how it is, so we get the percentage. And then we want to invert that percentage. So if we have 100 damage is the max damage it does. That's 10,000. Divided by 10,000. Well, no, that would then be 1. So that's not what we want. But if we do, 100 times 0.01, we get that. So if we do what it was originally, is how I got that numbers, I then times that by 100. If I times it by 10,000, well, then that's just going to revert it back to being 1. Yeah, we're just, yeah, so that's not what I want. What do I want? I want it to be the lower the number, the more damage it does. So, to be fair, the max it could be is 1. So since we know it's maximum, we could then say, based on that, we could do... We could do that, actually. So if we then take this and we do subtraction. So if we take this and subtract from 1, since 1 is the absolute highest the number can be, so then at the very end of it would be 0 damage. So if it reaches 10,000 distance, it does 0 damage. So we probably want to do 2 instead then. Because then that would be 2 minus 0.01, where it would be 1.99. We could maybe do a limit. So it can't be more than... Yeah, add 0.5. No, we wouldn't want to add 0.5, because if we added 0.5... Because, so, damage fall off. Over distance. Damage reduces. Well, if I do division, then it actually increases. Ah. Well, that actually... Yeah, okay, so I should be able to multiply it instead. If we do, like, times 2 or something. Or no, not times 2, times 0.5. I would do that. Okay, yeah, so I think multiplying it by 0.5 should actually work. Multiply it by 0.5 then. And now this would out our damage. Because then we would take whatever this number ends up being. And once again, we multiply. But this time we're multiplying our damage, so let's say it does, once again, 100 damage. So the minimum range, if we have that, times, or not minimum, but yeah, 0.5, so then we have this. So we take that number, and then we take 1 divided, or minus 0.005, which would give us 0.995. And then we take that number. So then if we take our 100 damage and multiply it by this, 100 times 0.995 equals 99.5 damage. And so to change this around a little bit, I think it's fine, I guess. We would just increase the damage a little bit, so it'd be like 105 damage instead or whatever. So yeah, if I now print string, and so we're gonna print out the damage that it deals if it hits something. So obviously, boom, it doesn't hit anything. Okay, apparently it hits 50. Let's see. How close do I have to be for it to actually deal good damage? Okay, so now it's dealing 50. So the max it deals is 50 right now. So I fucked up my math. Okay, so we do distance divided by that. So if we have a distance of 1 divided by 10,000, we get this. Ah! I was basing it off of then multiplying it by 100. That's my bad. Okay, so now if we multiply it by 100 to get the percentage value, now it'll actually work. What? Why is it negative? Okay, that's actually crazy. Why is it negative? Okay. Let's figure this one out. It's debug time. My head math was wrong at some point. Okay, so let's see if it's anywhere here that it's wrong. Boom. So we get 5 and then negative 4. So 5 for this. How? It should... It's 13. What? We're dividing the distance by the gun range. So the distance is what has to be fucking up somehow. 410 distance. Gets us 4.1 somehow. Oh, that would be 4.1%. I was basing this off of it can only ever max out at 1. It would max out at 100, so we would do 100 minus that. Okay, now it should be good. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting 0.1, which turns into 89. So yeah, we're at 1,000 distance right now. So if we're at 1,000 distance, the next number we get is 0.1, so we have our 1,000 distance, which then when the division happens turns into, what was it? 0.1069. So yeah, we divide it, and that gets us that. And then we subtract, and then we do 1 minus that, which gets us 89%. So yeah, it should be 89%. 0.89 times 0.5 equals, it reduces itself. That's right, it should reduce itself. Because I wanted it to not be able to reach. Okay, yeah, that's an issue though. So I guess one thing you could do is say, to make sure it can't go lower than a certain number, would be floor? No. No. How do I want to do this? I guess I could just do an if statement. So if false, we deal the damage, and then if it were true, I would just say, you know, deal 50. So one thing I could theoretically do is 50. There we go. So the lowest it can deal, as long as it's in range, is 50. Which is interesting, because apparently it can only ever deal 50. So if this is less than... Oh, I want to move this. I want it to be this instead. There we go. So now if this one is less than 50. There we go. Now it should work. So yep. And as we go farther away, getting closer to 5,000. We made it to 5,000. So if we go forward a little bit, 52, 51, still dealing damage, and now we're at 50. Yep, so that works now. So yeah, now the least it can do is 50 damage. Okay. So yeah. That is now all of that done. I don't need any of this bullshit. And we can clean this up a little bit. Fuck off, motherfucker. Thank you. Boom. And then just plug this in. Okay. And once again, one thing I would also do is I would check to see what it hit. So we would do hit actor, and then we would do a cast to player BP. So then, if the cast fails, we don't do anything. If it succeeds, then we deal damage. Or instead of player, we would like, if it's single player, then we would check to see if it's an AI or something, you know? But yeah. That should be good now. There's probably an easier way of doing this than all of this math right here. But I don't feel like figuring that out. Anyways, I'm probably going to stop the stream here, because if I go any further than this, I'm going to run into the issue where, like, none of this is set up for multiplayer right now. So all of this is going to fail on a multiplayer side of things. So I actually need to redo a good portion of this stuff to make it actually usable for multiplayer. And I keep on having issues with Steam Core Pro. Big yawn. But yeah, I keep on having issues with Steam Core Pro, so I'm going to solve those issues, and then if I solve them, I'll be back. Not today. Not tonight, but like another day, another night, I'll be back to continue this, and it'll be multiplayer based. Yeah, the one thing that does suck about doing it this way, though, I could still add a recoil pattern and whatnot, but the one thing that does suck is, I can't have ricocheting. Well, I could maybe have ricocheting. If we get the physics material of whatever it hits. So if we make sure it's not an actor, and then so if it fails the actor check, then whatever it hits, we would check the physics material, and then we could get the, like if it's a metal, then we could get the impact location, and we could do a new line trace from this location with a randomized like instead of doing get forward vector, we would have it be randomized, so it would hit, or instead of doing it randomized, I could check the angle at which it hit at, so that would be a lot of math, but I could do a, I could, like, do a calculation for the angle that the line trace hit at, and then based on that, just like invert the angle or whatever to have like a realistic ricochet or something. But yeah. I do believe this should work though, like multiplayer wise, if I set it up for multiplayer. God damn. I can't stop yawning. I'm tired, I guess. But yeah, with all that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.